Hi, I'm Matt, the product manager at SmallHD, and today we're going to talk about connecting your C70 to your SmallHD monitor for Canon camera control. First one we're going to go over is the hardlined approach. Now here with the C70, there is no built-in native Ethernet. You're going to have to use this adapter, which is USB-C to Ethernet. SmallHD does not make one of these. As we said in the FX6 video, I recommend a third-party adapter. What we have here that you can find as a link on our site is the recommended Belkin adapter. Here we have our standard Ethernet, RJ45. We sell these on smallhd.com, or you can use one of your own. For CE5, there is no Ethernet on the bottom. So you're going to have to go through the 5-pin USB to Ethernet adapter. Once you have the 5-pin USB to Ethernet adapter to the Ethernet to the dongle, you should be good to go. Now CE5 is the only one without native Ethernet, so with CE7 over here, I could just plug in. You could do the same for Ultra 5 and Ultra 7 and Ultra 10. And all 4K production monitors have Ethernet built right in. Now for Wi-Fi, the camera control protocol does not support Wi-Fi through C70, so we're going to have to only do hardlined that way. However, if you have a monitor like an Ultra monitor or a 4K production monitor, you could just go USB-C to Ethernet right into the monitor. Much easier. So for C70, now that we have it hardlined in, let's set it up on the camera side, then we're going to go to the monitor side. Okay, now we're going to go over the steps for direct connection. First thing you're going to do is turn on your Canon camera, press the menu button, and navigate all the way to network settings. See the squiggly line here? Network settings. Make sure it's enabled. And then we're going to go to connect, and let's disconnect to what it's already set to. So yeah, we don't want to use any of those because we're setting up a new connection. And then we're going to go to connection settings. Now these are all presets. Let's go down and create a new one because this is a new connection. I select unspecified. Now we create with wizard. Here we're going to select XC protocol, and then we're going to go to create new COM setting. Now this is a direct connection, so we're going to go to Ethernet. We're going to set up without network connection. For IP address, now this is where it gets a little tricky. They need to be a little different. So let's go to manual settings. I'm going to go ahead and set this. Let's go with 192.168.1.100. This is a typical beginning of an IP address. I'm setting it manually because they need to be slightly different from each other between monitor and camera. Let's just do 1 here, and then I'm going to set this to 100. All right, now let's hit set. Let's set our subnet mask. This is a lot quicker. Just hit back and you get 255.255. Let's keep the last one at 0. Okay, network use gateway. Make sure that's on disable. We're going to hit OK. We're going to make sure TCP IPv6 is disabled. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to create new function setting. Instead of basic authentication or digest, I'm just going to go to no authentication because it's going to be quicker. All right, we're saved. Here's your info. Now remember what we did. So we're going to go down to the preset we just made, which was for this instance 13. Go to connect, hit OK. Now let's go to connection settings, and here we can go to check settings. Now remember this because you're going to need to look at your IP address when you set it up on the monitor side. Now let's head over there. First thing you want to do is update your firmware to the latest firmware release. The first one to have Canon camera control was 6.2.2. If you don't know how to update your firmware, we have support articles, and there's a link in the description that'll take you there. Second, you're going to need to purchase the license and activate it on your monitor. We covered that also in a separate video. We'll have a link to that as well, and you can find it on YouTube. Okay, now that your monitor's up to date and you've purchased your license, let's go into the settings and get it set up to recognize your Canon camera so we can start using our camera control. Okay, now that your Ethernet is plugged in, you've activated your Canon license, let's go ahead and finish our direct connection. We're going to go to network, we're going to go to Ethernet. Now we're going to go to manual because I need to set that IP address, right? Let's do 192.168.0.0.1. Now remember, there's an IP address for the monitor, and there's an IP address for the camera, and the first 9 digits need to stay the same. Once the subnet is the same, I'm going to enter a different last 3 digits. Let's do 102, for instance. Okay, subnet mask is easy. Let's just do 255.255.55. I use that every time. It never really changes. Okay, let's back out. And we're connected. Now let's go to our camera control, turn it on. Now remember, you are connecting to the IP address of the Canon camera, not the one of your monitor. So what I'm going to do here to match it up is put in exactly what the Canon camera's IP address is. So see how the first 9 digits stay the same, but the last 3 are different? Now we're going to go down to connect, and here you have your Canon camera control. Pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Just remember your rules with the IP addresses and follow these directions. and you'll be able to connect in no time. We also do have these directions online if you need to see them step by step. And that's how you get a direct connection. Now you're all set. You can control your Canon camera straight from your monitor. Please go to smallhd.com for all the latest updates and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please leave a comment. Trust me, we read them. Have a good day.